Hi everybody, welcome back. As most of you who've been following me for a longer time probably know by now, is that when you want to play pop piano, it's very important that you know your scales and your keys. So this week I just wanted to make a short video showing you a specific scale and a key and some chords that go with it. So hopefully you could learn that, and maybe later on we'll do other keys. I just picked a random one, E. We're gonna do E today. So I will also be showing you some exercises to get used to this key. What is very important is first that you learn which notes are in the key. Course followers of mine know that there is a trick so that you can use to find out any key. I'm not going into too much detail over here. In this lesson I will just show you which notes are in E. I'm talking about E major, by the way. So the first mode is the first note, and the first mode is E. Then we have an F sharp, then we have a G sharp, then we have an A, a B, C sharp, D sharp, and then we're back to E. So there are 4 sharps. Now I always advise to try and visualize as much as you can this way. It's a very visual way of playing, not disregarding the fact that you always got to remember that you're making music, so always try and listen what you're doing, but instead of focusing on sight reading and all, just visualize the notes. And in this case, suppose we're playing a song that's written in E. That's all just, I was just playing around, fooling around in E. I don't even remember what the chord progression was, but that's not really important for now. The thing is, all the extra things I can play is because I know where, it's sort of like I know in which ballpark I am, you know what I mean? So this is really important. If you're playing a song and you're in the key of E, you have to make sure that you can sort of visualize those notes lighting up actually what they're doing here, because I use those light up keys here. Try and visualize those keys. This is what you want to do. Okay, so how can you get to that point? Well, let's say, for instance, I would always start by playing scales, and not because of you want to get super fast and just play scales and practice. That's not really the point here. You will also, your technique will also improve, of course, but the thing is, you wanna make yourself able to see those keys light up. So I suggest you start by playing very, very slowly the scale of E, like this. Okay, next thing I wanted to tell you, and that's where we're at now, which fingers do you use? In many scales, at least in all the scales that start on a white note, you always, except for F, but okay. In most scales you start with your 1, your thumb, then you go to your 2, 3, and then you cross underneath with your thumb, like this. Here, let me show you. There's my 3 on the G sharp, then we go to an A, so what I do is play that with my thumb again. Why? Because now I can just walk, sort of like walk all the fingers of my hand and play all the notes of the scale. Okay, again, slowly. cross your thumb underneath. So fingering is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we go back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then same thing. Skip over with your 3 middle finger, and then onto the thumb again. Okay, so that's the first exercise. It's kind of a classical exercise, but those people also mainly play it to just become super fast. That's not our main goal here. We want to just really look at what we're doing here and play it very slowly. But since you're also sort of practicing technique at the same time, pay attention that you try and keep your fingers that are not actually pressing a note as close to the piano as possible, preferably touching the other keys. See? And this is a quick, just place your hand in place here on all the other keys. Okay, so that's the first one. Suppose we'd be walking further up and do 2 scales, or maybe even 3. Then you'd go until your 4th finger and cross the thumb underneath over there instead of using the pinky because you want to continue. Only at the point where you want to stop, you'll be using your pinky and then you return. Okay, I advise using first doing it like this, really slowly, and really taking a close look at what notes are in it. Once you become more comfortable and you can play it and you know the notes that are in it, put on a beat and play in time, because it's, you know, timing is everything. That's really, I wrote a couple of posts about it already. If you please, if you don't know what I'm talking about, get over to my website and read all about it. It's really pop music. It's all about timing. You can play really funky and cool shit just by playing one note. That's really a thing. Okay, then get over to your left hand. I will show you the fingering as well. It's actually pretty much the same, but just mirrored, sort of. So you start on your pinky now, whole hand, then cross over with your 3, finish, back until the 3rd again, the middle finger, underneath, and slowly at first, yes? Okay, next exercise will be both hands together. Yes? Alright, don't make this boring for yourself. If you're thinking, oh, I've played enough now, it's just boring, study, knock it off. I always suggest study for 1 minute, and this is what I mean by study. Just doing kind of the boring exercises that will really make you a better pianist, you know? Just playing songs that you already know or whatever will not increase your level of playing that much, because you're just repeating things that you already know. If you want to get better at anything, do something that you cannot do. You want to expand your knowledge, your technique, you want to step out of your comfort zone, actually, really. Okay, then why scales? Of course, we know that a chord is built out of a scale, 1, 3, and 5, you know. So if we're looking at E and we want to play the E chord, 1, 3, and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, E chord. Of course, you can reposition those notes again. Inversions. This is also a very good exercise. It's even, I think this is even more basic than doing the scale, because the notes in the chord, if you know your chord, E chord, if you found that, then try and invert it. Once you're back to the root position. Also do this very slowly. I'm doing it fast now because that wasn't the point of this lesson, and I suppose that everybody that is following me and is doing my course knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, inversions. I suggest also to do this for 1 minute. Say we're studying the scale of E now, the key of E, then try that with an E chord. You could also do it with your left hand, of course. And slowly is best. Hands together. Okay. Then, of course, staying in mode, this would be your first mode, E major. Second mode is minor, always in every major key. So that's F sharp minor, second mode of E. Then we got G sharp minor, third mode, third mode. Fourth mode, A major. Fifth mode, B major. Sixth mode, C sharp minor. And then we have the diminished chord always as the seventh mode. So that's D sharp, diminished. Okay, you could, of course, if you're motivated or you know, you want to study more and want to get better, then do the exercises that I just showed you, also with all the other chords of the scale. So for instance, yeah, for F sharp minor, and so on and so on. Okay, well, that was the key of E. Again, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, E, D sharp, and the E. Yeah? Second hand. Alright, have fun, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.